Jason Myers to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. Taking it about the 1. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And here come the Saints about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for first. Jameis to throw it. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Winston. And this one taken in by Olave. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Winston. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center, guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Geno. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Winston. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for the Saints.
Winston to give, it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Kamara up the middle. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down. To throw, Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
10 yards, good for the Saints, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them with no gain.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Here's Hardy set to return. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Throwing, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Touchdown, Saints! Chris Olave on the touchdown toss for Jameis Winston. And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On first down, Smith. He'll get this out wide to Penny. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw again on second down. Smith leaves it for Penny. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, Smith. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports.
And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 27, Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Penny running right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Geno. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Smith. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Myers' kick is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there at 22. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 67 yards on the ground for him so far. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Winston. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw one once more on 2nd and 10. Smith dumps that off to Penny as running back. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not, and dropped him for no gain.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. On the return, Hardy. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here. Back now here live in New Orleans. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Winston now. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A give to Kamara running right. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. This is caught. Touchdown! Michael Thomas hauling in the Jameis Winston throw. And the Saints get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now Gino. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. On 1st and 10, Smith. And he finds Penny. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Geno now to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. From the gun, here's Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 116 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Again, this is Kamara. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.